Today I want to talk about Ohio State's wide receiver depth and Alabama's wide receiver depth and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, I want to talk about Alabama's historic wide receiver depth and what I think Ohio State's might look like. But I want to start with this. Check it. Heisman Trophy winners who won a national championship. This comes from College Football on Fox, which is outstanding Twitter account, outstanding Instagram account. I'm in the comments all the time. You can catch me there talking noise, asking questions, getting at people. But I thought that this particular graphic was really cool. So we got Heisman Trophy winners who have won national titles, and the list is not as short as I thought it might be, but also we got to take some things into account like integration. So Davey O'Brien wins in 1938, Heisman Trophy national championship. Felix Blanchard in 45, Bruce Smith in 41, Glenn Davis in 46, Leon Hart at Notre Dame in 49, Johnny Lujack in 47, also at Notre Dame. And then we take about a 30-year break from the next time that we see a Heisman Trophy winner and a national champion on the same team. 76 Pittsburgh with Tony Dorsett, 97 Charles Woodson, so there's 21 years there at Michigan. And then it seems to become a little bit more regular. Matt Leinart in 04, Adrian Peterson might have something to say about that. Sorry, Matt. Mark Ingram in 2009, and Ndamukong Suh might have something to say about that. Jameis Winston 2013, Cam Newton 2010, Joe Burrow in 2019, of course, Devontae Smith in 2020. And as you see, I've been very enthusiastic about claiming that 2017 recruiting class at Alabama is the GOAT class. Like the 2008 Alabama recruiting class has an argument. 3 national championships in 4 years and 5 first-round NFL draft picks. 2017 has 2 national championships in 4 years and 4 NFL first-round draft picks that is going to get to 5. It's about whether or not it's going to get to 6, 7, or 8, or even 11, depending on how some things shake out. But the reason I thought about this was taking a look at it, who could actually challenge Alabama on that depth chart and just how awesome it is. Might be this 21 Ohio State team, because that 2017-2018 class, right? You're talking about guys on the field that were Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, right? That's pretty sick. That's ridiculous. That's awesome. And I think you're probably going to see at least 5 of those guys drafted in the first round, Devontae Smith being, I think, the surest of those, which we might not have said even 2 years ago. And you could have as many as 6, right? So let's say that Alabama has 6 first-round draft picks at wideout, because, like, golly, that depends on John Mechie and what he might do, and we'll see. And depending on how you classify Jaleel Billingsley or Slade Bolden. But let's go with this. Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy. That's 4. Can Ohio State get to 4? Yeah. Think about this. Garrett Wilson is on that depth chart leading next year in 21. Add Emeka Egubuka, 5-star wide receiver, was in a fierce battle with Oklahoma to try to get him. He ends up picking Ohio State. Jackson Smith and Jigma was a dude down in Texas. Outstanding and just filthy. Another guy in the mix. Jameson Williams, the fastest guy at Ohio State. Yeah, he's coming back. Marvin Harrison Jr., yeah, he's there. You see where I'm going with this. Julian Fleming, the number 1 wide receiver in the 2020 class. That means you could have Wilson, Fleming, Smith and Jigba, Williams, right? And my goodness, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Emeka Egubuka. That's how filthy the depth chart can be at Ohio State in the years to come. It's about whether or not you're going to be able to find a quarterback to pair with them, because I make this argument that Amari Cooper does not get his due, in that his quarterbacks at Alabama were Jake Coker, Blake Sims, and A.J. McCarron. And his last year at Alabama, he caught 124 passes for 1,727 yards. For perspective, Devontae Smith caught 119 balls for 1,856 yards, won the Heisman this year. That's how good he was. But you could be better at Ohio State because I think the quarterback play is going to be better than Blake Sims, A.J. McCarron, and Jake Coker, right? It's going to get unconscious in 22. It's also the reason why I think that Oklahoma is in a really great position in 21. I think Clemson, its strength is going to be its defense. It returns, I think, all 11 guys from that defense, which is stupid. DJ Uiagalelei is going to need some help because I don't know that Lynn J. Dixon is as good as Travis Etienne was, and DeMarcus Bowman went to Florida. If you get Justin Ross back, that's one deep threat, but you're going to have to pair up with that, and you're going to have to depend on your recruiting, and that's a good place to be if you're Clemson. Georgia is also there, and I've outlined as to why, but JT Daniels with his 3 top pass receivers last year, they're returning, right? Those wide receivers are back. Kearis Jackson, Jermaine Burton, and, of course, George Pickens. Looking at Alabama, again, the 2019-2020 classes are filthy, right? Like, they're legitimately good, and they're returning some guys I didn't think they might, like Fadarian Mathis. Still, I like Oklahoma's wide receiver depth because it's as filthy, if not more filthy, and they can work themselves into the argument of being in that same group of teams with Ohio State and Alabama as putting 4 or even 5 wide receivers in the NFL draft in the first round. Jaden Hazelwood, Theo Weiss, Marvin Mims. Drake Stoops is going to be interesting because he does not have the measurables or the pop, but he's an outstanding receiver, and he's been outstanding for Oklahoma. We'll see what happens with Cody Jackson, what happens with Mario Williams, but there are also dudes on that depth chart that can help you and are going to be good. But I thought this was a very interesting place to start, and I'd be curious to see what you think. Do you believe that Ohio State will have more first-round draft picks at wide receiver, that'd be 5, or 6, 5 or 6, than Alabama, who has 4, we think, right? We think 4, right? Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, and Henry Ruggs. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.